One of the funniest aspects of The Last of Us 2 that I ultimately think is just a don't think about it too hard situation, but I can't help it because I'm naturally an overthinker, is the way that characters are bouncing around the map effortlessly. The Last of Us Part 1, dude, Joel and Ellie can barely walk down the street. They can't even move zip codes without some new crazy side adventure kicking off. But in Part 2, they're crossing state lines and it's barely an inconvenience. Did Part 1 just take place during this particularly bad year? Because it was not that easy to get around. Some examples off the top of my head: Abby and her team leave Salt Lake City after Joel destroys their hopes and dreams. They make it all the way to Seattle, they join up with the Wolves, and then Abby decides she wants to go on a revenge quest. So they track Joel down to Jackson, they play a game of golf, and they go all the way back to Seattle. And then Tommy, with a heart full of vengeance, hunts them down to Seattle. Ellie and Dina are like a day behind, but they do the same. All the events of Seattle happen, then Ellie and Dina make it back to Jackson somehow. I say somehow because they were leaving in a rough state. They didn't look like they'd be able to make it across the street on their own. They somehow made it across state lines. Then Ellie decides that she still wants revenge, and she hunts Abby down to Santa Fe, I think. It's somewhere in California. Heads all the way over there, all the events happen there, and then she manages to head all the way back. Oh, and there's also the part where Ellie single-handedly makes it all the way to Salt Lake City to get proof of what happened to the Fireflies. Now listen, I'm not trying to make this a bigger deal than it is. I don't think it's really that deep. It's just funny to me how in Part 1, getting from A to B was a goddamn mission, but in Part 2, call them Pitbull the way they're worldwide. And to get around this, they'll just throw in some journal pages and be like, oh yeah, we've been traveling for a couple days. Okay, bye.